Hey, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Samp and Chance Boxing. I'm your host, Bobby Sampson, joined as always, my man, with the plan, usually the master plan, but just for this week, the plan.
I'll take it.
Mr. Chance Michaels. Chance, how are you, buddy? Happy Thursday to you.
Doing pretty good. Yourself?
Can't complain, can't complain. Really, there's nothing to complain about. Lots to complain about, nothing to complain about. Make sense?
Makes sense. We're live, we're healthy. That's the main thing, right?
That's it, man. Everything else is fodder. Before we get into it, I look at it this way. Everything you and I complain about is self-created for the most part.
Agreed.
The cost of gas, the cost of insurance. Oh, my phone bills are due. Blah, blah, blah. Self-created issues.
I agree. First world problems.
First world problems, right? So at the end of the day, when those other things that I have no control over kind of take over, then I can say, yeah, maybe things aren't that great. But that hasn't happened. And if they do happen, I'd probably never even say that anyways. Okay, let's get into it. We had an amazing card this weekend, man. A legit amazing card. This Ring 4 card delivered.
Absolutely.
From top to bottom, the prelims, all of it. If you were down for 8 hours of boxing, this card.
That's just too much.
I get it. It's too much. But if you were going to sit down and consume 8 hours of boxing, you were going to be disappointed this weekend. All the fights delivered in their own way. They all gave us a little something here. But, dude, I want to talk about the 4 big ones on this card, if we can, okay?
Do it.
I'm going to start off with Abdullah Mason. Abdullah going for the WBO title, going up against one UK zone, Sam Noakes. I said in the beginning, the keys for Abdullah here would be his jab.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Noakes is no joke. This guy took
He's tough.
Abdullah to a place where Abdullah has never been before. Yes, Abdullah's been knocked down once before. Yes, he's been challenged, but not like this. All credit to Sam for pushing Abdullah Mason to the limit. Do you think it was the right decision? Some people see it the other way. Watching it, I could see it the other way as well in some instances. But here's the thing. A lot of what Sam was throwing, in my opinion, wasn't landing where Abdullah's was.
Yeah.
And,
well, refs got it right.
Yeah.
I think a lot of the people are the UK guys are a little more hurt over. I think if you look at it from our angle, because we're in Canada, so we don't really have any skin in the game because we got an American fighting an Englishman. Abdullah Mason won the fight. It was close. Noakes was tough. It was a great fight, man. They're two warriors going at it, and we kind of knew that was going to happen like that because Noakes is known for that. And Mason won the fight, edged out, but great fight. If you guys haven't seen it, go back and watch it. It was I wouldn't say fight of the night, but you could make an argument for that. Depends what you like. You want the knockouts. Great performance by Abdullah. Great performance by Sam Noakes. There's no need for a rematch. I mean, Mason won. But Noakes was able to push him to deep waters and push him that limit. He's really pushed like that before. So step up in competition for Abdullah, and it was a great fight.
Well, step up in competition, step up in terms of venue, step up in terms of notoriety, step up in terms of global recognition. The amount of people that the eyes on this, right? Like a lot of people, Sam Noakes, if you're in the UK, you know Sam.
They love him.
They love him. Okay. But flip side of that, if you're in North America and you follow boxing the way we do, you've been watching this kid for the last 5-6 years on Top Rank.
Fun to watch.
Fun to watch. Look, I will say Noakes came out strong in the beginning. Okay. He landed that. He shook him up. But Abdullah very quickly found his footing, found his ring intelligence, and was able to work those body shots. Those inside shots did a lot of damage. Those uppercuts to the body did a lot of damage. And working behind that jab, Noakes had his moments back and forth. A lot of these shots could have gone either way, like second half belonged to Abdullah, third round first half belonged to Sam. But at the end of the day, I think Abdullah did enough, and I think he comes out even stronger. This is going to be scary for whoever he has to face next.
I really enjoy him. He's young, he's talented. Good fight. But Mason, they got it right. Mason won.
And you're saying it's not fight of the night, but I'm going to go the other way, man, just because of how those two guys fought. That was boxing.
Yeah.
Okay. If it not knockout, this and that, but, it's on my short list of fight of the year.
It was really good. Yeah, you can make an argument. Right? Depends what you like. If you want the knockouts.
Just look at it. You had two guys going back and forth with the cut and everything. I guess, people are saying that, the cut changed everything. Did it, though?
Definitely didn't help.
It didn't help, but I mean, would have been different. I don't know. I think with Abdullah Mason, we saw a guy who faced adversity right in the beginning of that fight. He was
Mm,
shook up. He took some hard shots, right?
yeah.
What did I learn from those moments? This guy's got a chin.
Oh yeah,
He
big
can
time.
eat. He can eat it. He can eat it and he can dish it out and he came back from it, right? But, I just think at the end of the day, that's the way it was. All right. Bam Rodriguez, man. Jesse, the guy just doesn't stop. Um, Going up against Martinez here, Fernando Martinez.
Hmm.
Your thoughts on the match? I mean, it was just pure domination by Bam, in my
I was going to
opinion.
a little more detail on that, so I'll just break it down quickly. This is round 10 when it all ended. Martinez overextends to the right. Rodriguez ducks and unleashes a picture-perfect left hook to the chin at 2:17 in the round. Uh, Martinez crashes flat out cold, no count needed TKO. They got Bam on ESPN, Teddy Atlas, all these guys got him top 5 pound for pound in the world after that. Let's give Fernando Martinez credit, man. He went 10 rounds with a heavy hitter. One of the best pound for pound fighters in the world. Always exciting to watch him. When you're watching the fight, the first thing I think of all these guys, man, are they small? A grown man weighing 115 pounds. We know average women are heavier than that, but either way, that guy packs a wallop. And fun fight. Nobody even thought Martinez would last this long. He was very gracious in defeat. He gave them all the credit in the world. He's the heavy, hard puncher, man. I don't know. They were arguing back and forth, Martinez and Sergio Mora and Todd Grisham about. Grisham kept saying, Bam needs to go up and wait. Bam needs to go up and wait. Mora's like, no, stay down here. It's too dangerous for him. So we'll see what happens. But fun fight.
Well, hey, man,
We
like I
all knew he was
said,
going to knock him out too.
look, after he busted up his nose in the fourth there, like this guy really couldn't figure anything out. I mean, it was a whitewash. It was completely a whitewash, right? I guess we don't have much to say
Now
about that.
Bam's got WBA, WBC, WBO, and the ring titles.
He does. He's missing
And
one.
now he's eyeing the IBF champion for undisputed against Wilbaldo Garcia. We'll see if that happens.
Well, I think that's the next fight to happen because I mean, ultimately, there's only 3 names that are connected here, in my opinion: Inoue, Nakatani, and Bam.
If Bam will come up and wait, though, I don't know.
If Bam will come up and wait, but I think
God, is he small though? Holy cow!
he's tiny. Maybe that's where he stops.
You can go up and weigh, he hits hard, but eventually these guys will absorb your shots as you go up. We have weight classes for a reason. So maybe get up to 122, maybe he gets up to 118, but at 115 is he's top. I agree. He's got to be a top 5, top 6, 7 pound for pound fighter in the world for sure.
He was quietly doing his thing, man. He's not. You can't say nothing against the guy. He's just destroying everyone they put in front of him, right? I mean,
all you can do.
It's all you can do. You can't
Fun to watch.
You can't blame him for beating everyone up.
Nope, and when he fights, he's going to knock somebody out. Right? That's a fun bonus. You just don't know when it's coming, but you always think, he's going to knock him down now. Then he caught him.
All right. Devin Haney becomes 3-weight ruler, 3-time weight division champion here. Brian Norman Jr., a lot of hype on Brian. Nothing against him. Guy's young. Still has a lot to prove. But Devin Haney showed us why he's Devin Haney. Devin Haney showed us why there are levels to this.
Mm-hmm.
And it was completely evident. First round, I gave to Norman, no problem. I thought he did what he was supposed to do in that round, and he got that round. But that flash knockdown of the second round, Haney showing us that he still has power. Probably took a lot of shit from us, from all the people like us and others out there saying he's got no power. He has no power. He can only finish fights, right? In 12 rounds. Now we know what he's working on. He's working on that hook, right? So you got him.
Yeah, this fight was man versus boy. It was totally lopsided. Couple rounds again.
Considering they're only 2-3 years difference.
Yeah, but I was saying not an age. Was talking about levels here.
Yeah.
Norman was definitely overhyped. Now I have a big write up on X about it, but a lot of people are saying now after the fact, he didn't accumulate the climate well. He came in late to Saudi Arabia. Well, that's his problem. If you came in late, you weren't ready, you weren't rested, that's your problem. You're paid millions of dollars, you're a professional fighter, too damn bad. Now, Stephen A. sent to say too damn bad. That's just too bad for you. Haney had to do the same thing he did. I'm going to break it down really quick here. By the way, Haney performance of the night, because we were all dogging him. He did lose to Loma. Nobody can deny that. But we were all dogging Haney. Came off the knockout. Didn't look great against Ramirez. And now here he is. And he beat him pillar to post. But Haney's performance was masterclass in technical boxing, addressing prior criticisms of his output. He threw more than Ramirez's fight, but this time he focused on quality. The second round knockdown, a short right hand to an overcommitted Norman was pivotal, sapping Norman's aggression. Haney's jab neutralized Norman's power, and his ring generalship limited exchanges frustrating the younger fighter, and he didn't know what to do. His nose is broken. Hey, I'll give Norman credit. A lot of guys in nose breaks, they give up. He didn't give up. He went hard, but he just isn't as skilled as Devin Haney, and Devin Haney's on a whole other level than Brian Norman Jr. And that's
well, dude. I gave Haney all the rounds from 3 to 8. I think 9 and 10 were Norman rounds where he actually put him on the back foot a little bit and kind of pushed him around a little
by then. But yeah,
I get it. But if he was going to get that power out, it would have been there. That was his window, right? But the right guy won, man. Haney did the job. He got it done. So let's see where it's next now. Where do we go? Where do we go?
Well, right now Haney's the king at 147, so we'll see.
So you got Connor Ben, who's looking for a fight.
Nah, I don't think Haney needs to fight him. Connor needs to prove himself. Yeah, he beat up old slow Eubank. Well, that's great in the UK. Does Connor fight?
I appreciate that, but he's trying to go for Barrios, but it seems like Barrios and Garcia seem to be the more. It seems to be the match that we're going to probably end up getting.
Yeah, it's going to be Barrios versus Garcia.
So would you say that then Connor steps in and takes the winner of that fight?
That'd be more up to his par.
Because those are the two guys that he's looking for.
Well, you want to see Connor versus Garcia because the way those guys are going to smack talk each other,
yeah,
the height, the way the mouthy guys, that'd be fun fight. Just the build up would be fun. Probably better than the fight.
I want to see Garcia win because then this is where it fucks up Connor a little bit because if Garcia wins, don't you want to see that rematch, the unification fight between him and Haney?
He's saying, Connor Ben's saying he does no need for it. I'm satisfied with my performance. Not saying that he won't, but that's just kind of what he said.
Well, the only belt he's interested is in that WBA, the WBC belt, the one that his dad held. And Barrio has it.
Maybe we'll see. Maybe we're going to see Haney versus Boots. I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
Yeah, but Boots going to go down? Boots is at 154 now, man.
Why would he come back?
Why would he come back? It go against his legacy.
He's got to fight somebody.
Who?
Boots. He's got to fight some star fights.
Ramirez.
Or
Ortiz.
Yeah, or Haney will come up. But Haney wants Boots, so we'll see.
No, I appreciate that. If he comes up, he comes up. But I'm saying the fight to make right now is Boots and Ortiz.
Yeah, I agree.
That's the next fight for Boots. And
Ortiz. I'm not saying they're going to fight next, but that's just kind of what they're saying. You know, there's rollies around there.
Yeah, but there's just no other fights right now. This is the only fight that makes sense for either one of those guys.
I think honestly, if Garcia beats Barrios, you're going to see Haney Garcia part 2. There's the money.
I said that as well. That's why I said that sucks for Connor.
We'll see.
If Garcia beats Barrios, which he should, then you're probably going to get that unification fight because now both guys got a strap. There's history there, right? The loss is being expunged. So the story already writes itself right there, man. Sorry, UK, but this is a North American matchup.
Yeah, there's a lot of Haney's got a lot of options here. He looked great. He was the performance of the night was Haney because we all knew what David was going to do, right? Anybody with a brain in their head knew what was going to happen, but we weren't sure with Haney because Norman has got the power. He's young.
I get that.
And so when Haney came out and shut everybody up.
No, I appreciate that, but for me, I think I still say Abdullah versus Noakes was fight of the night just because of the war.
Yeah, but I'm not saying that Haney fight was fight of the night. It was kind of a boring fight. I'm saying Haney had the best performance of the night.
Fair enough.
We all doubted him.
Clarified. Fair play. Yes, you did.
All right. Yeah, fight of the night, I could agree was Mason Noakes, just for the two warriors smashing on each other, right?
Now, did we witness a man get emasculated in the final fight of the night?
It was a great performance, man. David hits hard. You know, Yard was a game opponent. He's trying to say that he never really got hurt. He only got really hurt with that one shot there.
Supposed to say that.
Yeah. And they asked him who hits harder, better be Ev or David. He said, better be Ev. We don't know. He can just be saying that sour grapes, but they keep putting him in front of David and he keeps winning, man. I mean, I don't know what else they want the guy to do.
Outside of his nonsense with Canelo, the man's done nothing wrong. I don't know why people hate on it, right? Like, I mean, he's going for the big fight like everyone else is.
Some of that straight attitude that he brings. And actually, I saw a cool thing with him on an interview. They said, build your perfect fighter. Chin, Triple G, footwork, Manny Pacquiao. He actually thinks the way I think of boxing. And he was actually giving a lot of credit to Triple G because he was smart. He told us on the thing. Yeah. He was sparring Triple G since he was 15 years old. So he learned a lot from Triple G, you know, because Triple G hits hard. He knows how to absorb that. And what a performance, man.
It was solid, man. I mean, it was just one-sided from beginning to end.
Oh, yeah.
I know the referee could have stopped it in the 6th, but they didn't. And that's just my own sour grapes.
Yeah.
But the reality of it is, we saw David Benavidez do David Benavidez, right? He did the same thing.
I think it's around
to Andrade. Andrade didn't even get up off the stool.
Yeah, round 3 is when Benavidez started pressuring him, man, hitting the body, backing him up. You could see Yard going like a defensive shell, and he's like, first couple of rounds, Yard is okay, but he started feeling that power. And
dude, he just held one glove on his shoulder and punched him with the other. Where was the defense from this dude?
Was trying. He was just getting rocked by the power. He was kind of hanging on. I mean, there was a couple moments where Yard did all right. He tried coming out round 6 there, showed a little bit of heart, trying to do a little bit of countering. But again, Benavidez would just trap him on the ropes and just landing those stunning shots. And then Yard is getting tired because he's absorbing all these body shots. You start taking body shots, you start getting tired. Your legs start going. When your legs start going, you get the Mike Tyson, Jake Paul thinks you can't move. And we all know what happened in round 10. Yard is battered. He was just brutal.
Okay, so all in all, how would you rate the card overall? What would you say? Were you happy with it? Were you?
Oh, very happy. 4 big fights. All of them were good. I can't say one fight was boring. If you want to nitpick, you would say the Haney-Norman fight was boring. But for me, it was a pretty good fight simply because we were all doubting myself. We were all doubting Haney. We should never doubt the guy. Guy's a great fighter.
I didn't.
I did. I picked Norman.
Well, I get it. But
I picked Norman for the league to kind of gain points. I kind of thought Haney.
I get it. But
either way, you didn't doubt
Haney. That option was there, though. That option was there. Devin Haney gave us every reason to think that way.
I think Devin Haney's the best fighter at 147. I think he's yes, he lost to Lomo. And this goes to how good Lomo is. Lomo at 36 years old beat Haney.
Well, hold on. Yes, he lost to Lomo. Yes, he lost to Garcia.
Well, technically, we'll take the Garcia one off because of steroids.
Yeah, but then we could say the same thing for Triple G. Why that has to be across the table then?
Yeah. Well, they did. Right? They wiped that one out.
You wipe that one out, then you got to go retroactively wipe out all the other ones for everyone else.
I think the money fight is Haney Garcia. I don't know if Haney will fight Garcia again.
Only the money fight if Garcia beats Barrios.
He will. They will.
No, I get it, but we've seen stupid shit happen, man.
Yeah, and then Bill Haney is just he's not a very likable guy. He's been to jail. He's got that street. He's always mouthing off and stuff. But
what I would love to see is Tio's dad and Haney's dad. Like,
speaking of Tio, go check out the Tio Shakur thing. They come on before the ring, the card, and they were just talking with Mike Coppinger and them and Max Kellerman. And then for some reason, Shakur starts attacking Mike Coppinger. You're not fair to me. You call my fights boring, and Mike is basically saying, I just call it as I see it in the ring. There's nothing bias against you. That's Mike Coppinger's job. If you're fighting boring, he's going to say it. Fighters are so fickle now that we can't even criticize them. If it's boring, it's boring.
Hey, man, there's a difference.
On Mike Coppinger all weekend.
Well, I look at it this way, man. When malicious criticism is one thing.
Yeah.
Tactical criticism is a completely different thing. Okay. If you attack me maliciously, yes, I can be upset. But if you're saying to me, hey, your levels could be a little bit better, your enunciation could be a little bit better this way, or the way you broach this topic and present it could be better. And those are constructive criticisms.
And the thing I didn't like, and I like Mike Coppinger. The thing I didn't like about Shakur doing that is you come out there, you try to embarrass the guy. If I was Mike, and he kind of said, I would say, listen, I am paid to tell the truth.
Exactly.
Some of your fights are boring, and I stand by that. It's not against you. You're a great fighter. You're undefeated. And Tio is just sitting there. He's just laughing. He's such an instigator. I love Tio. And he's just kind of like laughing or whatever. And
I love Shakur. Dude, I love Shakur. He's one of my favorite fighters, right? But the reality of it is he plays it safe. Let's call it what it is, right?
There's nothing wrong with saying that.
No, it's not, because he fights safe. He doesn't take chances. He doesn't put himself out there. Tio puts himself out there.
And
attracted to the safe guy or the guy who's willing to take the leap.
Give me Tio fight any day. You know what? And the thing Coppinger just said, I am paid well, and my duty is to be honest to the fans. What I call it as I see it. It's nothing against you. I'm not saying you're a bad dad. I'm not saying you're a piece of crap. I am saying some of your fights are boring. That's the truth. So what?
It is. But the thing is, to appreciate Shakur Stevenson, you're not a casual boxing fan. You got to be a fully immersed, fully, understanding the dynamics of boxing. When you know all the guys in all the divisions and you know who's who, as we do for the most part, our boxing league kind of puts us on our toes because.
Well, let's be honest. Some of those fights are obscure as hell.
No, they're obscure as hell, right? And
that's like
between you and I,
when I went to the boxing fights on Thursday, that's like me saying there's 2 pro fights. We want to break these fights down, huh?
Okay, so between you and I, even though this is going out to the world, between you and I, how many of those fights do you actually guess on? Like, just have to have a fucking as best as you can, but end up literally guessing.
Definitely a few of them because some of the guys you've heard of.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like,
look, but you know what? Here's the
you break down their stats. There's only so much stats you can find in some of these guys.
Well, look, here's the reality of it. Although, we're saying what we're saying, but that all being said, and if you give me a quick second here, I am going to.
While you're doing that, I'm going to say Mike Coppinger, Todd Grisham, and Sergio Mora. I am big fans of them. I put it on X, and Todd Grisham retweeted it. Mora gave a fist bump or whatever it was. Because the thing about those guys is like when you're listening to Mora and you're listening to Grisham and Coppinger to a certain extent, they make the fights feel special. And the thing I like about Mora and Grisham, they're not scared to debate each other. Like I was saying before, when Grisham said Bam should move up, Mora said, well, no, this is why. And then a couple minutes later, Grisham would poke at him about it and rev Mora up. And he knows he's Latino. He's got that hot temper. They call him a snake. And that's what makes it fun, is there little intricacies that they do with each other. And I still love Joe Tessitore and Tim Bradley. I think are still the best. But Grisham and Mora, man, and Coppinger, I love the work that they're doing. And Grisham I've always liked him even in WWF. He's got a good voice. He's passionate.
No, he does. And to be honest, the best thing about Raw for me in terms of the commentating is Tessitore.
Oh, he's the best commentator in wrestling by far. Nobody's
yeah. All right. So as it stands right now in the Red Corner Boxing Prediction League, you are sitting number 3 in League One. You're in League One. Okay. So you're in the Premiership League. Sitting number 3, man, with 1,461 points. You're only 30 behind Hakan, our good friend. Yeah. You had a pretty solid week, man. Me, on the other hand, in League 2, only coming into the league this year, I'm number 1 at 1,430. I had a pretty good week with 135 points, so we're not bad in there, bro. For 2 Canadian guys,
we're kicking butt in there. You're gonna end up winning the league, and you're gonna end up coming up.
I don't know, man. I mean, I didn't realize we have another 9 weeks of this.
You can't win the league and then retire. You got to come up. If you win, you're gonna win it.
Let's see. I don't know. We're pretty tight here, man. I mean, anything can happen.
Anything can happen when you make a couple. A lot of the guys picking the same fights, and you got to get that round. It makes a big difference, right? Like,
yeah, it does.
Took Norman, and that killed me 10 points. It is what it is.
I'm not going to complain. I've had a good time with this, considering I'm sitting top of our table.
The thing I like about your guys' league too, when I try to watch it live, it seems a little more fun. Ours is like
because Bobby
so
comes
many guys
on.
Talking. We can't.
Hey, Samson comes on with a little fun, baby.
And $1 bill.
The $1 bill as well, man. I mean,
funny,
we got it there.
And even Alexander the Great's funny, man.
Alex is great too, right? My fellow Steeler brother. So that's the one thing. I don't have a problem with him because we're both Steelers fans, right? So,
all I got to say is neutral. You cannot come last on your own show, bro. You got to come up. Can't be last.
Mr. Neutral finished this week with 97 points.
He picked some obscure winners sometimes. Like, what are you thinking there, Neutral? I wonder. But then again, you never know what can happen. But it's just like, holy crap, he's way off the beaten path sometimes. I think he's a couple scotches in by the time because of your show.
I think we're missing someone in our team here, man.
Where's Lee Mack? Is he out there?
No, Lee Mack is here.
But
you know who's not on our list anymore is MB Rick.
Well, did he drop out?
I don't know, dude. I have no idea. I guess we'll find out. I'm just looking at it right now. All right, listen.
Who's the bald guy? Who's the bald guy? The old bald guy.
That might be Sweet Pugilism.
You know what I mean? The bald guy comes on sometimes.
Lee Mack?
Is that Lee Mack? I don't know.
I think so. The bald guy, right?
Yeah.
The goatee? Yeah.
Yeah.
But the winner of League 2 last year, Rise Boxing, he's I think I'm doing better than him.
All right, well, that's good, man.
He's sitting at So anyways, Boxing League, everything going on. Guy, there's not much going on this week, by the way.
Not any big fights that we're gonna break down for a show. Because at the end of the day, these podcasts are what? They're entertainment. And unless you're a hardcore fan, there's no fights coming out that we're really gonna break down because
all right. So, Chance, we're getting to the end here. I want to bring something up. I want to talk about this a little bit if you're up to it.
Yes, do it.
Is there race baiting in boxing?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
You hear it. You hear it from Ryan Garcia. You hear it from Gio. You hear it from some of the African American fighters. You heard it from Bernard Hopkins when he said to Joe Calzaghe, "I'll never let a white boy beat me." So there's a lot of that stuff. But I feel the most bias is towards the Asian fighters, especially man.
Do you think that's why they don't come? We always say they don't come to North America. They don't come to North America. Do you think that's the reason?
I don't think so. I think maybe it plays a part. I mean, Manny's here all the time now. Um, I think, and this is white guys, this is black guys, this is Mexican guys. We have maybe ingrained in our brains, we have this mentality that Asians aren't as strong as us. Maybe because they're smaller. I don't know what it is, especially in the boxing world. I'm not talking about guys in the bank. I'm talking about in the boxing. I know that for a fact. I'm in the boxing, so they kind of have that stigma.
Okay, out of Big Bang, Zhang,
monster.
Any Asian guy doesn't get past maybe 154, if lucky.
Exactly, right. So they're
all of them. They all live in 195 to 135 at best. At best.
So the good thing about Manny Pacquiao is he come over here in the late 90s and early 2000s and he broke all that stigma. Like, holy crap, this guy's punching out black guys, white guys, Mexican guys, you name it. He's just smashing on people. I kind of broke the stigma a little bit, but you can even hear it. And you even hear it from a dude like Bud Crawford, who's always saying, "Oh, Manny did steroids." Well, show me the failed drug test. He never failed a drug test, so you're making up stuff, Bud, and you're jealous. And Bud's one of the greatest. Don't get me wrong. You're jealous of the career Manny had. You're not going to be a division champion. You're not going to be a global superstar like Manny. Bud Crawford is not as well known as Manny Pacquiao. Wherever Manny Pacquiao goes, everybody knows. You don't always know Bud's face. So there's a lot of Asian bias in boxing. Even Cody Crowley kind of hinted at it a little bit with him a little bit when he came from Canada to Vegas. Well, you can't fight. You're a white guy. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, I'm not saying it's racism.
But is this a North American thing only, though? Or is this worldwide?
I'm just talking North America. I don't know what goes on in England and stuff.
Yeah, but I don't think it's so much there. I think it's more prevalent here. And we see it in the crowds, too. The fights that we've been to, we see the divide. Sometimes being in the crowd is scarier than being in the ring.
Well, example, when we went to the Shakur Stevenson-Oscar Valdez fight.
Yeah.
Me and you.
Yeah.
And maybe the 10 other black guys that were in the crowd were all cheering for Shakur.
Yeah.
95% of that audience, and I get it's Mexican crowd.
With Latino. I get it.
Yeah. We're all going for Valdez. I get it. So, like, they're going to cheer for
their guy.
And stuff. Yeah. But, and even when I go to the Manny Pacquiao fights, it's the same thing. It's the white and Asian guys and girls are cheering for Manny. And the black and Mexican guys are cheering for their guys. Kind of
ironically enough, that's funny though, isn't it? Though that's the one time that the black guy and the Mexican guy agree on one thing.
Yeah, and then all the white and Asian guys are going for Manny. It was really weird because like some fighters will say Manny's one of the greatest of all time, but you listen to a lot of fighters, they don't want to give Manny his flowers. Or Benavidez does. He knows. So there's definitely a bias in boxing, but that's more towards Asian guys. Anyway, why don't we talk about Inoue more?
No, but this is the thing. So we've seen time and time again, and you mentioned that Pacquiao fights predominantly in the U.S., which makes sense because of his status and everything, right?
Yeah.
Everything that he's accomplished, he doesn't need to go anywhere. He's okay with what we're talking about in regards to this topic. But when we look at guys like Inoue, Nakatani, Donaire, we can keep going down the list here. But those are probably the three biggest names right now in Asian boxing, right?
Well, for sure. And Zhang.
Well, and Zhang. So, but Nakatani and Inoue are probably the two biggest names right now.
Well, Manny technically he's still fighting, but yes, I get it.
Yeah. Zhang is on the downslope. Donaire is pretty much retired. But the reality is when those guys see the history of what other Asian guys have had to go through coming here, do you think that deters them from wanting to fight in North America?
No, I think it makes them want to fight, come here even more because they want to say, wait a minute, Manny broke the barriers for us. We can have a guy come over from Asia, beat up the white guys, beat up the black guys, beat up the Mexican guys. We can do it too. And I think
part two is why then? Why haven't we seen more of them here?
Money. They sell out Tokyo domes and stuff. Bob's protecting Inoue. I'll tell you one thing right now.
Better than the US dollar, stronger than the yen.
Yeah, I tell you right now, I see it in the boxing gyms, a lot of Asian fighters are coming up. And MMA and in boxing because of Manny Pacquiao and Inoue. So a whole new generation of fighters. We're not going to see it yet. Give it 5 to 7 years, you're going to see a lot more.
No, we're going to definitely see it, man. And it's great. But I just wanted to talk about it because it was something that I quickly mentioned on our wrestling show, Ariel Helwani.
One more thing, and you can hear it. I'm not going to mention the commentator's name. You can hear it in boxing. Certain commentators, when a black guy and Mexican guy is fighting, some of the black commentators just naturally seem to favor the black fighter. Maybe it's they don't mean to, but I've noticed that. I know you've noticed that.
No, I've totally noticed
And
it,
he
man.
shouldn't. It shouldn't be. I don't care if I'm a white guy, and if a Mexican guy is beating up a white guy, I'll say it, man. Hey, good for him. Like, you got to call it.
No, we don't think that way, right?
Yeah.
When we don't have that kind of bias in general, so we don't look at it that way. But it's just kind of like to the Ariel Helwani thing that I wanted to mention here is I just felt like he was trying to race bait Anthony Joshua at that press conference.
He was trying to race. What did he say?
He was talking about Jude Bellingham. You know who Jude Bellingham is, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Footballer. He plays for, I believe, he's a Liverpool guy. Played for Liverpool, but now plays for Inter Milan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know who he is.
And he's literally become the whipping boy for the national team.
Okay.
Because he doesn't do interviews. He doesn't want to talk. He just wants to play football and do his thing on the pitch. Let his work on the pitch talk.
Yeah.
Right? So Ariel, and I'm doing this in a roundabout way, okay? Because I'm not quoting anything here. But he kind of brought that up out of the blue to Anthony because of how people in the UK are reacting to Joshua fighting Paul.
They're losing their minds over there. I love it.
They're losing their mind over it, right? So he brought up this whole race baiting thing with Joshua, who handled it like a champion. He didn't buy into it. He didn't feed into it. That's the problem I have. That's the problem I have with guys on our side of the fence. Why stir a pot? Why create issues that don't need to be created?
You know why? Because Ariel's looking for that hot topic. He's looking for that viral moment. He wants Joshua to say something crazy.
So are we. But you don't need to do that.
No.
Right?
I didn't hear it, but yeah, I can see it. What Jake said, I just didn't even know. Probably didn't know who Drew Bellingham was.
Let's talk about this really quick before we go off the air. I watched that press conference after we recorded, and I've never seen Jake Paul so humble.
He knows. He's like, oh my God, what have I done?
I've never seen a man. I was waiting for fireworks. I was waiting for explosions. I was waiting for some off-shaded things to be said by Jake Paul, as he normally does.
But you know what? You can't. You can say Tank Davis is a woman beater, which he is. He's a no good woman beater. Beat up women many times. So Jake will hit him on that. You can't hit Anthony on anything. He's a clean guy. He's a good guy. There's not really much you can dog him with. And I also think, like, here's the problem with this fight. If, let's just say Jake wins, say he gets a lucky shot, it's not out of the realm of possibility. Unlikely, but just say that he wins. We're going to say, well, I'm not, but most people are going to say, well, Joshua's paid to take a dive. With Joshua is a man's man and a man of integrity. And Joshua will tell you this. You couldn't pay me $500 million, I will not take a dive. Joshua will not take a dive. Joshua, 90% chance will win. But if he doesn't win, we're going to say the fight was rigged. And all these guys that say Jake rigs his fight, show me the paperwork that the fight's rigged. Because you ask Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley, Chavez Jr., Tommy Fury, everybody that he's fought. Yeah, Nate Robinson.
Yeah.
They all said, the fights are not fixed. He just beat us. That's it. And it's like, to fix a fight, you have to get at this level. Like, yes, at the lower level that we're at, yes, Jerry could pay somebody $500 to take it out. Nobody's going to know. But when you're talking millions of dollars and you got all the commission around you, for you to fix a fight, it takes a lot of work.
It is almost impossible. And the amount of, like you just said, I'm going to key word is work. The amount of work that one team, two teams have to put in place to fix a fight, the returns aren't worth it in terms of time spent and everything, because these commissions, these betting sites, the governments, they're all in tune. You think we're watching the fights, okay? You know how, like in hockey, baseball, they have their control rooms in New York, right, to review plays. The same thing with boxing.
Oh, yeah.
The FBI has one section cornered off where they're watching all the fights and seeing all the odds and, well, wait a minute, why is this guy jumping up all of a sudden? You know what I mean?
And don't forget that somebody in the camp would say something. Oh, yeah, Joshua took a $20 million to take a fall. It would leak out, right? Just like the Sonny Liston Muhammad Ali thing leaked out. Eventually it leaks out. So has there been fights fixed at the lower levels? Sure. Probably, yeah. But not in this caliber. I don't think so.
No. And even at this caliber, probably in the 50s and 60s, if it was going to happen.
Yeah, when the mob was involved and you were told,
right?
your legs cut off, you don't lose, right?
Like, I mean, Rocky Marciano, take nothing away from him, but is he really 50-0?
Who knows?
Just saying.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. The thing they say about Jake Paul, yeah, he fights 10 rounds, 8 rounds. That's how he manipulates the contract. Fine. But he's not telling you $10 million to take a dive. There's no way he's doing that. And until somebody shows me the proof, I won't believe it.
After watching that presser, I'm more intrigued by this fight now, just because of what Jake's demeanor was. Completely.
Yeah, he knows.
Right? Then you got Joshua on the other side where Alwani says, hey, you look really happy. He goes, oh, no, this isn't happiness. I'm just ready to go to war. And then when they stood, for the first time ever in a Jake Paul situation, did he look little?
It's so funny. I was looking at his chest. He's such a good entertainer. Like, looks at his chest. Oh, crap. This guy's a monster, right? Like, you got to give Jake credit for taking this fight. If he gets knocked out, he's got nothing to lose.
Look, honestly, I just hope he doesn't get hurt.
No, he won't.
I hope not, but you never know, right? Like,
and check out this undercard here quickly. It's pretty funny, man.
Tyrone Woodley versus Anderson Silva.
Two guys. Really? You know what? I guess he's just like, you know what? I'll give you guys a rub off. We got Baumgartner's fighting. Yeah, those are the marquee names there. But yeah, Tyrone Woodley versus Anderson Silva. Both guys is beat up.
And Francis
it's free on Netflix, right? It's free on Netflix, so why not? It's entertainment. I'm fine with it.
It's funny how they both had jobs for Nagano, eh?
Who did?
Both Jake and AJ.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Right? Well, Nagano said that he felt insulted to be offered the fight.
Well, you're missing out a couple $100 million.
Right?
I love what Tyson Fury's doing. He's like, he's chinny. Joshua's chinny. Paul's going to knock him out. Yeah. Tyson knows deep down Joshua's going to knock him out. He's just messing with Joshua. So you know by Tyson doing that, we're going to see Tyson Joshua.
And what I think the interesting for me here is, yes, we're looking at February in the summer for Joshua in terms of what's next, right? But we can't look past this, obviously. But the fact that he's training with Team Usyk makes me very interested.
That's like Usyk is saying two things. Number one, I want to train you to beat Fury. Number two, how dare Jake Paul? I want you to beat Jake Paul too. That's like Usyk's thing. Usyk's first class. He's going to fight again soon too. So I mean,
like, he hasn't trained with Usyk per se, from what I understand. Usyk has been in and out of there, but he's training.
He's telling him.
Yeah, he's training with Igor and those guys now, man. And even Ben, what's his name? It's the trainer Ben.
Which guy?
His trainer, the guy he was working with right now.
Who? Usyk?
Before coming over to Usyk. Sorry, I apologize, man. He was fighting under Ben. Fury's former trainer too. Oh, why can't I remember his name? I see his face.
Ben Davison?
Ben Davison, thank you. Yeah, even Ben Davison told him to go.
Yeah. You know, the funny thing is here, dude, is that if I'm Paul's manager, I tell him I say you're not fighting Joshua. What's the point? You can fight another big name who's closer in your size. I think the reason why Jake's fighting Joshua is because everybody's saying, he's too big for Tank. And Tank beat up that chick. Jake's like, I'm done with him. Nobody's giving Jake credit for that. He just cost Tank $40-50 million saying, you're not fighting because you keep beating up women. Get lost. Jake called the fight off because of that. Why is nobody not giving him credit for being a good guy? Why is nobody not giving him credit for all the women he puts on the cards?
Yeah. No, hey, man, look. We're talking promoter versus boxer. Two different things here, right? I get
but
that.
Even as a boxer, he's still boxer. He still cut out Tank. He still got to fought Tank. Said, well, I don't believe the charges.
I think one thing that people have to understand here, and I'm not giving people are not giving Jake enough credit for, is the fact how fast he tried to put a fight together so he could pay the other people who were going to lose out.
Yep.
Okay. Jake doesn't need this fight. Joshua does not need this fight. Well, okay, maybe the fight, but they don't need the paydays.
No, they're so rich.
Okay, they don't need the money. But everyone else on that card beneath them, maybe not Woodley and Anderson.
They're all right. They're not filthy rich, but they're okay. But they could use a few more million.
But everyone else underneath that card needed that payday. So the fact that he's willing to put everything on the line of himself to fight a guy. Like, you went from one extreme where you were the guys, looking at air, and the guy was looking at your chest, to the guy looking at the chest. Like, what an extreme. Why don't you just find someone of your same size a little bit? Bud agreed to the fight, but he wanted to do it in the new year.
Jake wanted to go now.
Jake wants it now because of the other fighters.
Bud would have boxed circles around him, but Bud probably wouldn't have hurt him like Joshua can hurt him. You know what I mean?
I think the difference with Bud and Joshua, if he were to fight Bud, you'd get a Floyd Connor type of fight where he'd play with him, and then finish him in 8 or 9 to get the value for it.
Yeah,
right. Make him look strong, but then finish him when it needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
Joshua, on the other hand, I feel he only has one of 2 options.
Well, he's going to put him down right away.
Knockout or knockout.
Yeah.
Right? He can't let it go by decision. Even if he wins by decision and dominates every round, people are still not going to be happy.
Yeah.
He only has one option, knockout. And that's what's going to make this fight hard for him. You're punching down, and the guy knows what your game plan is.
Yeah.
So we're going to see if Jake learns anything here. That's it. Plain and simple. Looking forward to it. Looking forward to it. And because of the humanitarian side of Jake Paul, people understand, hate him, love him, whatnot. He's putting everything on the line here so the undercard can have their payday, which was taken away from them.
And let's not forget the #1 boxing promoter for female boxing. So, exactly. And he cut off Tank Davis for abusing women. So, I mean, but not a bad guy.
There you go. So, respect to Jake Paul. I'm saying it.
Yep.
Respect to Jake Paul. Respect to Jake Paul. If he was going to fight Tank, respect to Jake Paul. Because at the end of the day, these cards are for the other people on it, not him.
Let's not forget our buddy Hawkhand, who goes to all the MVP cards. He says those are the most reasonably priced cards. I know he doesn't have all the big names on them, but most reasonably priced cards, best access to the fighters and ring announcers that you're ever going to get.
I agree. I mean, the smaller the venue, the better the access, right?
Yeah.
So there you go. Fantastic. All right, guys. World boxing history, Canadian boxing history, anything?
Yep, we got this one, American boxing history here. The Easton assassin Larry Holmes scored a ruthless first-round TKO of Marvis Fraser while defending the lineal heavyweight title at Caesars Palace Sports Pavilion in Las Vegas this week, 1983, 42 years ago. Holmes won the WBC title again. He won the WBC title again in the WBA belt, being passed around between him, Ken Norton, and all that. Larry Holmes, one in the league. They say the best jab of all time.
Fantastic.
Canadian history. We got nothing for Canadian history, but I'll just say the fights that I went to last Thursday, I caught about the last hour and a half of it.
Sure.
It was no boxing. It was MMA show, kickboxing show. About 600 people. Pretty good on a Thursday night. Yeah. And local hometown fighter Andrew Fraser knocked out a guy with a head kick. But he was getting up. He's got to his knees, kicked him front foot right in the face. Nose exploded.
Yeah, dude, I'm only 5 minutes away from there, man. Next time, let me know.
Yeah, well, I wasn't going to go. I didn't think I'd get out of there in time from work. And I was like, hey, I'm out a little bit early. I was going to go walk in there.
It would have been perfect for me. I would have just come straight from doing my service.
Yeah, Fraser Hall there. You've been there before, Fraser Hall.
I had my wedding reception there.
Yeah, the only downfall of the whole, because I'm friends with the motor, the only downfall of the night was there wasn't, because they have like an Indian buffet there, wasn't many people eating food and buying drinks because it's Thursday night work nights. People weren't buying the bar up and eating. But I said that's what happens on a Thursday, right? You're not going to get hammered on a Thursday. So pretty good night of fights. Not too bad. Good action. This Mike Hamoud guy, he's a good matchmaker. He knows to put people in the ring that are going to bang.
Yeah.
Even the headgrounder is still banging hard, which is fun. Even the girls, they throw down. So.
Okay. Perfect. Beautiful, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I'm glad we enjoyed this. This has been a great show. We've kind of covered everything in here, and maybe something that's a little touchy. But hey, yep. I'm not afraid to bring it up if it's happening in front of our eyes.
Yep, absolutely.
Right? So we call it the way we call it. I'm Bobby Sampson. He's Chance Michaels.
And in the words of great AC/DC, those that download, like, and subscribe to the podcast, we salute you.
We will see you guys on August the 13th. Yes, sir. Looking
wait.
forward to that the most. All right, guys and gals, it's weekend. Not much happening in the world of boxing. There are matches there, pro boxing and whatnot. You can find stuff happening all over the place if you really, really need to see people punch each other. Survivor Series this weekend if you're a wrestling fan. Other than that, it's probably going to be pissing rain all weekend from what I see so far. So just enjoy the weekend. Be happy. Work hard. Fight for your life. Fight for your dreams. Fight for the things that you believe in. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Those who hate because they're afraid to do anything themselves. Samp and Chance are out. See you guys next Tuesday.